Hi guys, welcome back. It is me, Soph. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is Soph. First of all, I want to apologise for this wonky camera angle. For some reason, my tripod just doesn't want to sit straight, and I don't know why. But I should be straight, I hope. But for today's video, we're going to be doing the July TBR. I just wanted to start off by apologising for being so absent recently. I don't really know what happened. I don't have an explanation. I just kind of stopped doing everything. I wasn't reading, so there was no point in me doing reading videos. I haven't played with makeup in the longest time, so there was no point in me reverting back to my beauty videos, and it was a strange time. But I'm here now, and I'm going to be doing my July TBR. I will be doing a wrap-up video as well, but it's going to have to be a wrap-up of like multiple months, because my reading slump has been going on since like the start of May. So I don't think that I've done a video since February TBR, maybe March. I don't know. But I'm just gonna stop rambling. Let's just get into it. So obviously I am a big mood reader, but I do like to try and set a group of books that maybe I'm feeling at the time of doing the TBR. If I read them, great. If I don't, it's okay. I read what I feel like reading. I don't like to force myself to read books that I'm not feeling at that time, because that's when I push myself into a reading slump. But for this month, I was really indecisive, so I asked Connor to pick 5 books for me, and he did. So this is kind of a boyfriend chooses my TBR video, but without my boyfriend being in the video. It's just me telling you what he chose for me. So let's just get on into that. So first up, we have Misery by Stephen King. This was like the first book that he picked because he's so obsessed with the idea of me reading Stephen King. I have read, what did I read? I read The Institute, which I did really enjoy, and I have had my eyes on this one for a long time because it definitely sounds like a more thrillery Stephen King book. Stephen King books can tend to lean more towards the sci-fi kind of vibe, which I don't typically get on with. That part of Institute kind of went straight over my head. But this one is about an author who gets kidnapped by a #1 fan because he kills off their favourite character, and I believe it just follows him being in this person's captivity. That's all I know about it. But yeah, so this one definitely sounds really interesting, and I have definitely been wanting to pick it up. I did try and pick it up last month or the month before, audio book wise, but I didn't like the narrator, so this is definitely going to be a physical read or like a Kindle read. But yeah, I'm very excited to read it. We then have Anatomy, a love story by Dana Schwartz. This is a gothic love story about a woman who really wants to become a surgeon, but okay, so she's thrown out of the lectures, so she doesn't have official lessons, but she still really wants to become a surgeon. But the only way she can do that is to practice on cadavers, which are hard to come by if you're not in an official lesson. But she meets someone whose job is literally digging up graves illegally. So gothic is a vibe, and I'm excited to read it, and it's set in Edinburgh, which is fun. We then have The Witcher, Blood of Elves. This was actually a charity shop find. I got it for £1. But this is the first book in the Witcher series. I honestly don't really know much about it, other than if it's going to follow The Witcher. I have watched most of the series. Connor watched it all, and I was typically there while he was watching it. So I do know roughly what happens, but I kind of want to go into this book blind. But it just says on the back, for over a century, humans, dwarves, gnomes and elves have lived together in relative peace, but now the races are fighting once more, killing their own kind and each other. As the threat of war hangs over the land, Geralt of Rivia must protect the child of prophecy, Ciri, from those who are hunting her for her extraordinary power she holds. A power that could save the world or destroy it. This time, Geralt may have met his match. So, in essence, that is the plot of season 1, but I'm hoping the book does it better, because although I watched most of the show, I didn't really get into it, which is weird because I'm a fantasy girl. We then have Bride, Please Ignore the Work sticker by Ali Hazelwood. If you have watched the few videos that I've uploaded, you will know that I'm a big Ali Hazelwood fan, and I have read 3 of her STEM romances, and this is her paranormal romance, which has caused a little bit of like controversy among the book people. But because I am a paranormal and fantasy girly, I think I'm going to thoroughly enjoy this. And yes, I am aware of the knotting or whatever it is. I know what it is. I am expecting it, so I don't think I'm going to freak out too much when it happens. But yeah, this basically follows a vampire who has been forced to marry a werewolf. Okay, yeah, so it's a marriage of convenience, and both parties have reasons for agreeing to it. So I don't want to read too much into it. I just want to go in, have a fun time, and see what happens. I think this is one of the more likely ones that I'll get to this month, because I do tend to read Ali Hazelwood a month at this point. We then have The Fury by Alex Michaelides. I can never pronounce his name. I'm a big fan of his work. I loved The Silent Patient. I loved The Maidens. This one is set on a remote island, I believe. Yeah, there were 7 of us in all trapped on the island. One of us was a murderer. On an idyllic private Greek island, former movie star Lana Farrar, an old friend, invites a select group of us to stay. It's hot, sunny, and perfect. A chance to relax and reconnect, and maybe for a few hidden truths to come out. But nothing on this island is quite what it seems. No, not Lana, not her guests. Certainly not the murderer, furiously plotting their crime. Who am I? My name is Elliot Chase, and I'm going to tell you a story unlike any you've ever heard before. Doesn't that sound so good? He just writes really good mystery/thrillers. They always have some sort of Greek element, which I really, really love, because I believe he is Greek himself, or maybe he has Greek ancestry. But I have seen mixed reviews on this one, but I'm going to go into it with an open mind because I really like his writing and I've enjoyed everything he's done so far. And also look at the size of that font. So this looks like a chunky book, but it's really not. I also, if I remember correctly, he does like really short chapters, which I love. And then last but not least, I am hoping to read Kingdom of Ash. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I read the first chapter the other day and I was like, oh, it's so easy to just fall into these books. Sarah J Maas's writing just speaks to me. It's like a lullaby in my ear. Like, I haven't found another author whose writing I just gel with so well. There have been some that have come close, like Kerry Maniscalco, and what was the other one I really liked? Oh, and From Blood and Ash and other writings. I really enjoyed Heartless, not Heartless Hunter, that's the American version. Crimson Moth, by, I can't remember her name, but the writing was so good. There are people that I do get on with, obviously. She's not like the only author that I love, but her writing it's just so easy to fall into it. So I did pick up Kingdom of Ash the other day, and I did read the first chapter and I was like, oh, I could so do this right now. But with how chunky that book is, I'm worried that I'm going to hit a point in the book that I'm going to struggle through, or I'm going to be like hitting a wall, and then that's going to put me in a reading slump again. And I just don't need to be in another reading slump ever, let alone now. So I hope to pick that up, because then I have The Whole Throne of Glass finished and done. I do have the audiobook for it actually, which will probably really help get through it, and if I do hit a wall, I can just listen to it. And then I'll also have our book club book, but we haven't chosen it yet, so I don't know what that one will be. I'll have to maybe update this video or something while I edit it if I know what that one is. So this is the TBR for this month, as long as my brain doesn't make me choose otherwise. Like I said, this can quite easily change. I could go for 5 completely different books, but this is where we are at right now, and hopefully we will stick to, so that I have some kind of organisation in my life. But I do have a shelf downstairs that has a bunch of books on it that I'm leaning towards at the moment, so that if I am reading, I can just pick and choose from the shelves. So yeah. But please let me know what you were reading in the month of July. I will also probably end up picking a lot of romantasy books up on Kindle, because it is Romantasy-a-thon, and I didn't really participate in June because of my reading slump. So I'm hoping to make up for it in July, because I have 2 weeks off coming up. So that'll be really, really fun. But yeah. So let me know what you're reading, let me know what you have been reading, what you've enjoyed, what you've not so much enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and click the subscribe button before you leave. Bye guys!